Self-care, hey? How's it going? Well, I've got no signal, I've got no phone because it's died, and I'm in the middle of the woods, which I'm allergic to. I'm having a great old time. Hey everyone, good afternoon. I am on a little autumn walk because, hear me out, I was going to do this whole thing about how self-care doesn't have to be expensive. You can just go out and you can go for a little walk in your neighbourhood. And then I've come outside and my nose, my eyes, my throat, everything is itching because I thought, oh, I know, I'll come into the woods. It looks pretty when all the leaves have fallen, and it does look pretty. I've got my walking boots on. I don't know if you can see my outfit really, but I've got like a nice jacket, thick leggings. These leggings I got from Primark and they've got fur on the inside, so I'm nice and warm, and it looks beautiful with all the leaves. I'll show you in a minute. You can kind of see it in the backdrop actually, but I'm going to try and find like a nice spot with some pretty leaves, and I thought it's good for your mental health to get outside. And then the allergies hit and you just think, why was I born to be allergic to the world around me? That's what I want to know. So today I'm having a self-care day because I was feeling a little bit down in the dumps, and to be honest, stressed. Stressed is a good word to describe how I'm feeling. I don't know if I want to actually go up here. I think I'll go down the other way. I've got no idea where I'm going, by the way, and I've got to try and remember. I have got water and snacks just in case I get lost, because that is genuinely a fear of mine. Whee! I'm gonna balance this on a rock and hope for the best. Stay. You know, like you have bad allergies when you have to use kitchen roll instead of normal tissues. I'm going to go out of shot because nobody needs to see this, and in fact I'm just going to cut it all out because you don't need to hear it either. So would I recommend an autumn walk for health? Maybe not. I think you can hear it in my voice. I know I can hear it in my voice that I'm bunged up, but it's like I'm bunged up and snotty at the same time. How does that even work? I don't know. Despite that, I do actually feel quite nice being outside, and I'm glad I've done it, because what often happens for me is during term time, when I'm teaching, the only two places I go are school and home, and that's it. And then I suddenly kind of come out of what I call like teacher mode in the half term. So then you're basically just like living for half term. It's not really living, is it? Let's face it. Yeah, for example, that this is an 8-week term. So that's 8 weeks of my life where I just do nothing. That noise. I do love hearing some crispy leaves. Oh, and I can see them falling out of the trees. Ew, this is really muddy. That's why I bought these boots. These boots have been up I was going to say Mount Everest then. Yeah, they have not. I forgot, they've been up Snowdon. That's not quite as impressive, is it? Self-care, my arse. Brambles everywhere. Fucking tree trunks, everything. Why did I come this way? I survived. Alright, I'm going to find a little log to sit on. That looks like a good spot. Oh my god. No, it's not. It's moving. Nature just hates me. I got bitten by an insect, and I didn't make the connection at the time, but about 2.5 weeks after I'd finished the antibiotics and my foot had gone down, I started getting this rash that came up on my legs. And then I had a sore throat and like a stiff neck. So I rang 111 because I was like, I don't know what this rash is, it's not going away. And when I rolled glass over it, it didn't go. They were like, yeah, we think you've got meningitis. Given loads and loads of antibiotics. I stayed in overnight. Yeah, and that was just the beginning of what was to come. So because of all the antibiotics, I then started getting problems with my kidneys. I didn't realise it was because of the antibiotics, and there was one particular moment, and this is the moment that kind of inspired me to take more care of myself, let's put it that way. So there was one morning after I'd been taking, I think it's called nitrofurantoin. I think that's how you say it. If it's not, I don't know how you say it, but I don't care because it's a bitch. And it nearly killed me. I was wheezing and I was really weak, and I had this excruciating pain in my back. I've never felt anything like it in my life. It was honestly the worst pain. I just didn't know what was wrong with me, and I started getting like these weird sort of muscle contractions inside. It was just getting worse and worse and worse, and I was like, oh, something's not right here, like there's something really badly wrong with me. So I thought I'll ring 111 and I'll ask what they think I should do. In the meantime, it got worse. Like I was trying to walk and then I just couldn't, so I was just on the floor in my living room, and I felt like my body was shutting down. And I remember being on the phone to this person. They was like, yeah, we're going to send an ambulance. But yeah, so I thought that was it. I thought it was game over for me. I thought, this is how I go, like on the living room floor. I've not achieved anything I want to in life. I was just like, I've got so much more to give. Like, I'm not ready. I don't think it's my time. But then I was starting to feel quite sleepy, and I was like, maybe it is. Like, maybe I just got to let go. I'm still here. But you know what? The worst bit is, I went through all of that. I was in hospital for 6 days, I think it was. It was either 6 or 7 days. I came out, I was still on different antibiotics, and I had another reaction. I was given nitrofurantoin again. Like, this is the most stupid thing, because I kept going back to the doctors. These are my symptoms, I don't know what's going on. And they were like, oh, maybe you need to like try nitrofurantoin again. It's really good for sort of waterworks infections. And I'm like, but I've had that one already. And you know what the doctor did? They prescribed a longer dose. They were like, oh yeah, maybe you just needed more of it for it to actually work, because 3 days is probably not enough. Here, have 5 days. I took one, okay, because I'm an idiot, and I didn't question the doctors. I took one. Straight away, the pain came back in my back. I couldn't breathe properly. When a paramedic looked at me this time, they thought there was a cat. They thought there was a cat in the living room. They asked, they were like, oh, is that a cat? I was like, no, that's me. That's my breathing. I sounded like a fucking dying cat. And yeah, then basically I ended back up at the hospital for a doctor to turn around and say to me, I don't think there's anything wrong with you. They looked at my blood results and stuff. They're like, yeah, there's no sign of infection here. There was here, but not here. So I don't know why they've continued to give you antibiotics. What you're experiencing are the side effects of antibiotics. So what they're doing to you is they've been treating the side effects of antibiotics with more antibiotics. So you're stuck in a loop. I actually cried. Like, I genuinely cried my eyes out. I was like, I don't understand. Like, so you're telling me that I've been poisoning myself? And he was just like, he just basically said to me, it's like, don't ever take nitrofurantoin ever again because you're clearly allergic. I came off of all the antibiotics, and it did take a while for me to feel better. When I was getting stressed the other day, I thought back to myself on that living room floor, and it's true what they say, like, you don't think, oh, I wish I'd worked more, and stuff like that. And I was just like, no, I'm not going to go through this whole thing again. It's like, how many chances do you get? I feel like when we had COVID, I was like, oh, the difference I felt during the pandemic, when there wasn't all these sort of, you still had pressure, and I still taught throughout the pandemic as well for key workers and stuff like that. But you didn't have the same level of pressures and things like that you normally do as a teacher. And I was like, when I come back after the pandemic, I'm not going to let myself go back to what I was before. Did I? Yes, of course I did. Straight back, because everything went back to normal. All the stresses came back, and it was almost like I hadn't learnt my lesson. And then I feel like when I got really ill and all that happened, I kind of realised, like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, you've not learnt your lesson. How many lessons do you think you're going to get? You're not. So I was like, right, okay. Yeah, you're right. I need to do something about this. Like, I've got to change something, because otherwise one day you know, it's going to be for real. Like, I'm not immortal. Like, it feels kind of weird to say that because I can't imagine not existing, but obviously one day I will cease to exist. I don't want my like final moments to be like, oh man, I wish I'd done more. So yeah, I don't really know what my point was, but basically that's kind of what inspired me to get out and to just do a bit more for myself and to try to have a bit more of a work-life balance, because you only get one life, or at least that's what I believe anyway. I will only have one life in this form. Energy cannot be created nor can it be destroyed, so I've got to go somewhere. But what form I take, I don't know. No, I was just a bunch of, I don't know what I was. I was researching. I was like, what is my religion? So like, we got like this workplace census, and it was like, oh, they wanted to know what your religion was. I don't really know why that's relevant. Yeah, and I was like, what is my religion? So I'm not an atheist. I believe there's something. And so I was like, do you know what? Let's ask AI. I asked it, what is my religion if I believe this? So I wrote in that I believe in energy, in the universe, so that rather than sort of like, I don't believe in or like God being in the form of a human being, because I feel like if we were all cats, for example, then our God would be a cat. Because we would make it like us so that it's relatable. I don't know, like that's what I think in my head. Because we're humans, our gods they have human-like qualities. It's just too convenient for me. So I think that rather than there sort of being a God that's like a human being, it's an energy. It's the universe. The universe is God. And it's said that my sort of beliefs could fit with something called pantheism. And I was like, oh, well damn, like, where has AI been all these years? I can read you like what the definition of a pantheist is, and I was just like, well, I think that's me. Because I was sort of like, well, I believe like we come from stardust, you know, like the elements made up in the universe. Let me see if I can find it. Oh wow, I've only got 10% battery. Oh, I've got no percent battery. How did that happen? Oh well, now I'm lost in the middle of the woods with no freaking phone. I'm not lost. I don't think so anyway. Shit. I feel really uneasy now that I'm disconnected. Self-care, hey? How's it going? Well, I've got no signal, I've got no phone because it's died, and I'm in the middle of the woods, which I'm allergic to. I'm having a great old time. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna go home. And then there was light. Cheers, darlings. I know Halloween was like a month ago, but I still really like this mug, so I'm using it. I feel like going for a walk in the woods is not supposed to make you have an existential crisis, which is kind of what happened to me. Yeah, I was just watching it back. First of all, I started talking about what happened to me in the summer, but I didn't actually explain that that happened in the summer. I just started talking about the fact that I got bitten by a bug, which was like way back in May, and then caused the whole spiral of everything to go wrong. And I was also laughing when actually none of it was funny. Like, it was actually quite traumatic. For some reason, when something's serious, like I'm doing it now, I start smirking or laughing, and it's almost like, I think it's like an awkward thing. But yeah, so none of it was funny. Obviously, like them thinking I had meningitis, that was scary. Obviously it turned out not to be, but off the back of that, all those antibiotics then caused me to be poorly. Anyway, enough about that dreadful chapter in 2024. We'll just be skipping over that. I decided, because the self-care did not quite go to plan, because not only did that all happen in the woods, I also sat on my glasses. So I'm wearing my old glasses at the moment, which the prescription is not strong. I've got to order a new pair, which I keep forgetting to do. Honestly, I don't know how I survive. Like, how have I lasted this long It is a mystery. Anyway, as I was saying, I went shopping. I've put all my stuff in this bag because it's a cute Peter Rabbit bag to cheer myself up, because apparently self-care does cost. No, it doesn't have to. It does not have to. I still stand by that. But yeah, I wanted to go shopping. I'm going to do it this way to use the natural light. Hopefully it looks okay. Also, ignore that on the wall because I destroyed the wall. Oh god, it was so, like, honestly, I tried to hang up these cork, I got them from IKEA, little cork boards, and I stuck loads of pins in them because I collect pins, and I haven't collected any for ages, and I used double-sided sticky tape to put them up onto the wall, and then in the summer when it got really hot they all fell off and took some of the paintwork with it. So I need to do something about it because it's been like that for ages. It's terrible really. So that is on my list of many things to do, but yeah, please don't judge me too harshly. Look, oh, that way, cover it up, cover it up. It's not there, can't see it. Maybe if I just stand there really awkwardly to the side. Hi. Okay, let's start with my favourite thing. Miffy! There's a Miffy shop at Blue Water. It's open apparently until Christmas. And this is a Lucky Miffy. It actually says on the back a Lucky Miffy, and it's got a little, I don't know if you can see it really. Oh yeah, you can. It's zoomed in now. It's got a little 4-leaf clover on the back. So this is my Lucky Miffy. I'm going to be going back there like multiple times because look how frigging cute Miffy is. So yeah, I went to Blue Water briefly, just had a little walk around, had a little bite to eat, got a little Miffy, and I went to Boots because I needed some new foundation. I always get Bare Mineral foundation, so I got the new foundation. I literally opened it up this morning and used it, so that's why it's not in the packet. And they had like a 3 for 2, I think it was. It must have been because I got 3 items. So I got some what is this, concealer to put under my eyes, hide those bags. I've slammed that down really hard. And some new blush as well, because I didn't need, to be fair, I didn't need those other things, but I definitely needed foundation, and you kind of need blush to not look completely wiped out. And then I got some freebies as well, and this as well, that was free, kind of. I don't know how it all works. You sort of like, you feel like you're getting a bargain, and maybe you are, maybe you're not, but I needed the foundation and I came away with extras. So maybe it wasn't the bargain I thought, but I enjoyed it. It was a nice shopping experience. So this bag is really cute as well. It's quite celestial and kind of Christmassy, which, yeah, I like it. So that cheered me up. Then on the way home from Blue Water, I stopped off at TK Maxx, and look at these guys. Look at these. They are pastel balloon dog poodle things. I don't know why, but I really like balloon dogs. I just think they're cute. So there's this one kind of goes with the colour of the room. Oh god, I'm still looking at that horrible thing in the wall. Now, part of my plan this Christmas is to get another Christmas tree for in here, but I want it to be pink. Because I've always wanted to have a pink Christmas tree, but I've never, I don't know, I was going to say had the balls to do it. I don't know, it's a ballsy move. So this year I'm going to do it. I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to buy a pink Christmas tree, which is so unnecessary because we already have a Christmas tree in the rabbit room and a Christmas tree in the living room as well. So it is a little bit unnecessary, but it's Christmas. And then the last thing I got was this photo frame. I just really liked it. I thought it was really cute. And I'm not even going to put a picture in it because I like that in it. I might even put it up on the wall. Like, it could go... I was thinking of kind of like doing something with this space here, because it would look kind of cool if you had like different photo frames and things like that. I mean, I was supposed to... This is how disorganised I am, right? This I bought last year. This is supposed to be my vision board for 2024. what happened? There's nothing on it. Like, and then I kind of think to my year, and I think, Christ, like, yeah, nothing really happened this year. Like, it's been a bit of a disaster. Not like, literally. And I say that as someone, normally I'm like, oh, don't be so dramatic, but it actually has been a bit of a disastrous year, to be fair. But actually, like, I say that, there's like a couple of things that have not gone my way. The rest of it, actually, I've had a pretty good year. So I need to kind of remind myself of that. And that was supposed to be what yesterday was about. Yesterday was supposed to be me going out, having a nice little walk, being grateful for nature and my life. And instead, I started having an existential crisis, which was not the plan. It was not the plan to do that. And then I was moaning about teaching. And actually, do you know what? Part of that is it's my own fault, because I'm a little bit antisocial sometimes, and I think teaching, it drains the social battery. You're in a room with 30 people all day long who constantly want your attention, and they're gorgeous. I love my class so much, but it does drain you. It naturally, like, especially because, like, some people, I read somewhere that some people get energized from socialization and some people don't. It drains them, and I think I'm somewhere in the middle. Like, sometimes it makes me feel energized, other times it drains me. And I think when you're a teacher, you've got 30 kids, you've got all the staff, all the parents, you've got paperwork, everything. You've got to keep these people happy and healthy all day, and you've got that responsibility. Like, those parents have sent them into you, and you've got to look after them and make sure that they come out at the end of the day happy. That's a lot of responsibility, and I'm not a massively responsible person, or at least maybe I don't give myself enough credit. Maybe I am, but I just don't give myself enough credit. But I'm also the same person that's wearing a different pair of glasses today because I sat on my other glasses and broke them. So, you know, I'm also the person that freaking left the wall like that because I forget to do it. I look at it and I know that it needs to be done, and then I forget it. I'm also the same person, if I've got an appointment at, like, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon at the weekend, I will do nothing all day to prepare for that, to go out and do that. Like, what's that all about? So I don't know who I am. Like, I'm just a freak of nature. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, self-care weekend. It's put a smile on my face. Yes, I did have to spend a little bit of money to get that smile, but actually I'm lying, because I went outside with my rabbits as well. That always brings a smile to my face. That's free, apart from how much, like, money I spend on them, which is an unholy amount. Yeah, going outside in nature. So I have had a good weekend. I need to stop being a negative Nancy, and I need to focus on the positives going forward. Right, just really quickly on the whole pantheism thing, because I watched a video back and I was like, I didn't even talk about it. So I researched, and I'm going to take these off a second because the glare. So pantheism, because the video is already really long and I don't want to make it too long, make it bigger. So pantheism is the belief that God and universe are the same things rather than separate things. In other words, God is all and all is God. The term pantheism was developed in the 18th century, apparently, from the Greek roots pan, meaning all, and theos, meaning God. So pantheists see God's presence throughout the world. And then I kind of was like, well, how is that different to being an atheist? So I looked that up, and it said that basically if atheism is the denial in anything divine, then pantheism can't be atheism. However, if atheism is the claim that there is no creator, so a God that created everything, then technically pantheism could be seen as atheistic. So that's the whole thing, because I don't believe that there is a God. It's more of like a, I don't know, like a combination, like all the motions of law and physics and everything, and energy, elements from the periodic table. I don't know. Maybe I'm a pantheist, maybe I'm not. I don't know. I still don't 100% know what I am, but I'm getting closer to finding out. Anyway, back to the rest of the video, because this is being inserted afterwards when I realised that I didn't actually talk about it when I said I was going to read it off my phone and it went flat. So, anyway, hope you had fun hanging out with me and watching If you enjoyed this video and you want to get Christmassy with me, because that's going to be my next videos, I'm going to try and upload as much as I can over the Christmas period. I always say each year, oh, I'm going to do Vlogmas, I'm going to do Vlogmas. And then I just get overwhelmed with everything that's going on at work and then I don't do it. But this year, I'm going to try. I'm going to try because why not? Anyway, see you soon. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.